like pointing that way?
I don't even know.
Are we like off?
It's just
Are we
pointing straight at
off?
Jeremy.
We got the chef.
Is this just a?
He says it's a wide angle.
Just kidding, bro.
You got everything though, right behind us and stuff. All right, guys. Sorry for the late start on the podcast. I know our usual time is 3:00, but as people know these days, time is moving way faster than we can, and it's kind of getting crazy with the workload that we have and things that are just happening around us. But we appreciate everybody that's on right now, and we want to say thank you to the Mats boys for coming on and being part of the podcast, man. How y'all doing?
Doing good.
Doing great. Thank you.
Thanks for coming out.
I want to say thank you to Ronnie for making it too.
I'm good too. Thanks for asking.
Traffic is bad, man.
Traffic is terrible.
It is horrible. It's not getting any better, and this construction just keeps
Speaking
getting
of,
worse.
you guys are like right under the whole mess. How's that affected you guys?
It has affected us quite a bit. If you look outside, we're looking at probably another 2 to 3 weeks, maybe a little bit more before they open the intersection here.
Yeah.
Our exit. When that's done, it's going to make getting in and out of Mott's a lot easier.
Are you guys in contact with them, like as far as construction schedule? And
Nah, they
We
don't care
ran
about
into
us.
the guy out here a couple weeks ago, and he told
Hey,
us,
hey,
"Yeah, what is going to happen?"
Para no acabar, güey.
Exactly. They were here for something else, and he says, by the way, they're moving the crew over here for this, so hopefully we'll have more accessibility. But we've been considered a no-go-to zone for most customers for years now.
Yeah.
So once the freeway is done, we expect that to really change quickly.
Yeah.
So we're letting people know now. This is only temporary. It only lasts so much longer.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, we're in the new store.
Yeah.
Right?
Awesome.
So yeah, we're here
Let's
coming live.
keep it positive, right?
Keep it positive.
Forget the traffic. Look at the beautiful store.
No, it is beautiful. Y'all have
The
done
other
a
thing
great
This is
job.
the best time for the expression to be done. We're building a new store almost
Yeah.
at the same time we're open. They're going to be being done
Yeah.
too, so you couldn't ask for a better time actually.
Yeah.
Timing has worked out. Yeah, everything always works out the way it should, right?
Yeah.
You guys always doing things for the right reasons, and so long as you're doing that right, everything always works out.
Yeah.
So congratulations on the new store.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
I haven't gotten a tour of it yet, but I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, we actually have talking about timing. We actually have the flag that has a nice little message up there. You can see it, the flag.
Oh hell yeah!
God's timing is perfect.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Oh hell yeah! Oh shit! My bad. Oh wait.
No, that's cool.
Perfect
man.
No,
time.
that's
Perfect
awesome,
time.
bro.
Perfect.
Yes.
Perfect
And so yeah, you guys can't see it, but the wood that's used on there, is that repurposed?
Yes.
That was the only thing that survived from the old store.
Really?
So
Really?
That was the edge of the
That was
building.
the
Yeah.
side of the building.
Oh my God, that's
And
awesome,
so
bro.
that was the only thing they were able to put out, and we cut it out and framed it and kept it for the 2 years while we were doing construction, and then we hung it up.
I remember, I don't know if it was in the last podcast that we had, but you guys had told me that you were salvaging some of that stuff. Very cool. And there it is.
We salvaged the flag. That was the only piece that's still standing from the old store. You can still see the part on top where it's burned. It's all burned.
The tailgate for the truck.
The tailgate for the
Put
truck.
it in the frame over here in the
Yeah.
white truck that had burned down.
And then we just have some old lamina that's throughout 360 that gives you kind of like that rustic feel.
Oh, that's cool.
It's around the whole store. And we like the aesthetic. We like to feel warm and inviting. Just a cool spot to be and a cool place to shop. And we just want people to come out and check it out.
Have you guys gotten a chance to actually absorb it? This is kind of a big deal.
I think it's going to take a while. Even the shock of the store burning down and then immediately going into okay, we got to set up we have deliveries tomorrow.
Yeah,
Right.
so we had no time.
There's no time to process anything. It's get up and go. So from 2.5 years ago to now, it's been go the whole time.
You haven't stopped.
And so this is, it's only been a few days since we opened, and kind of
Still been going.
then we had the party, and then we had the grand opening party, and then we had all this, and so it's been going and going. So this is the first. Today I was in my office. I was like, kind of relaxing. I'm like, I don't really have a million things to do. This is kind of nice. I'm like, what do I do?
This is weird.
Yeah.
We need to get back into a trend now.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely looking forward to that.
I'm sure it's been tough, man. I get here and Isaac's face is like, dude, you good, bro?
He's still in shock.
I'm still in shock.
That's the same face he's had for 2 years.
Yeah.
Can we get around the shots for
For real.
Yeah, I can tell you that Isaac and Ben, I wasn't as focused on the finish out on this business, on this location. That wasn't my responsibility, but I can tell you they put up more effort than
I can imagine.
I mean, they always work hard, but I can tell you that the last, I would say 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks, I've never seen this man work harder than he has. never more focused, and he delivered.
It was time to put up or shut
I
up.
want a
so-
raise.
So I told him, "Should have get off the
Let me
pot," and
check
he did
it. Speaking of, can we please
wish it was
vote
that
on giving
easy.
me a
I
raise?
wish it was that easy.
To get a raise, we got to get more people in the store.
Yeah, get in here. Get
No,
in here.
our dad bases our raises on. You make more money, you make more money. If you don't, you don't.
Deal with it.
Yeah, there's no raises.
Just live your life, baby.
You're gonna need a vacation, man, a break or something. You guys got anything planned this summer?
I'm going to Alaska in August, so yeah, I'm
Oh,
taking
nice.
the wife. Me and the wife are going to Alaska and just doing some.
Oh, that'll
little
be
bit of travel.
great, bro.
Alaska
Phone doesn't
cruise.
work over there, does it?
Yeah. No, I know it does. We're in a cruise, so yeah, it'll be
shit.
good.
Oh God.
We hope it doesn't
Plan a
work.
different trip, bro. Get away to where it doesn't work.
Yeah. No, I can't do that. That
That's
wouldn't
not
be
an
right.
option.
That wouldn't be right. No, couldn't do that.
I'll
You know
get
what?
fired.
It's kind of crazy how we live in that time where you can't do that anymore. You can't really get away from it all now because you're so connected to everything that's going on around you, and you got to know what's going on. Because if you come back and you don't really know what's going on, you're gonna be lost, right?
Well, it was different if you work for yourself, and everybody here works for yourself. So it's kind of
Yeah.
you can't really unplug completely because you can come back to a complete disaster,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
You can come back to something that you didn't really want, like to. So you really have to stay plugged in.
Where's my office? And where's all the money in the bank account?
Yeah, it's done.
I'm going on a cruise in June, and I was actually telling my wife, I was like, "Hey, we need to get internet." And she was like, "Are you sure you want internet?" I'm like, "It's not that I want it; I need it. Like, I need to stay connected to what's going on." But that's just the reality of today's world.
You take a flight, bro, and you pay the $18 for the internet because you have to. Like, there's a certain anxiety that you feel throughout the whole ride if you don't, if you're not fucking connected.
Yeah, definitely.
We are addicted.
Definitely.
Anyway, on a positive note,
Again, a positive note.
Aside from our severe addictions,
We are here at a new store. Everything looks good.
Everything's real sparkly clean.
all right. So, but you guys had okay. So timeline, right? Because the fire happened how long ago?
2 years.
January 2022. January
2
1st.
years and a couple months.
4 months.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
3
4 months and
Wow.
16 days. But who's counting?
3 hours and 48 minutes.
Isaac's like, I am.
That's a pretty quick turnaround time, right? 2 years to create plans. I mean, first to
Yeah.
continue the business.
well, that's the key. Is that the continuation of the business
Yeah.
is what slows you down the most.
Yeah.
If you have a blank pad site, you can go and knock it out pretty quick. But when you're trying to operate an ongoing business that's doing
Go for it.
Are you an STBA member? You need to join, bro. I'm sorry, but you can't be in here. What's up, JP?
So
I
just saw
you here the other day.
so when you're trying to operate,
You're gonna get a. You're gonna get a bunch of.
Everything in Mets.
You're gonna get a bunch of hits now, bro. So you might as well join.
I will.
We'll,
I'm gonna join.
we'll send you the invoice.
Yeah, bro.
It'll be in your inbox.
Hey,
Send
you the
Send him the invoice.
So yeah, I think the time frame was pretty was good considering all the hurdles that we were facing, including having to operate a tight gate, a tight entrance, tight parking lot. I think under the circumstances, things could have gone. There could have been hundreds of disasters,
Yeah.
and God's good with us. He
Yeah.
really protected us, put a shield over us, and protected us at the most
A
vulnerable
lot of things
times.
got to come together, right, to be able to get it done as quick as you did.
Yeah, I don't know about talking about disasters, but we definitely had hundreds of hurdles. And I think if you talk to our employees now, they learned how to stay liquid. And hey, we can't go through here now. We have to go over here. Now we can't do this. Now you can't use this.
Yeah.
Now you do this. Now we do. I mean, there was hundreds of things that went wrong.
And speaking
that
of
we
that,
have to adjust.
I noticed from some subcontractors. Normally you'd get people that get frustrated with this type of environment. They're like, I could do less and not have to deal with all this crap. But they were happy to work for
Yeah,
us. Like,
they
most
still
of them
did it.
took pride in. They felt like they were part of the team. I mean, Isaac and I discussed that this weekend, and you could feel that from many of our subcontractors. We wanted to just thank them all for being there for us and for keeping our environment safe. It's just you can't say enough.
we
Yeah.
had the concrete guys to finish out. I mean, all the framers. I mean, they had to do all kinds of stuff to get the job done. I mean, because we're operating a business, and it's not a small business; it's a big business that has a lot of moving parts.
Right.
And everybody's happy to work, and for the most part, I mean, there's a couple bumps and bruises along the way, but everybody was really happy, and we had some really, really good subs and some really good. Our GC was amazing, and Abraham Villagrán, shout out to him, and everybody was just like happy to come, happy to be a part of it, like happy to be a part of the experience. And they're like, yeah, whatever you need. Okay, hey, we need this move, this here, this move. Let's close this down, and And there we all go. Instead of saying, hey, you know what, Nambe, I'm going to go to another job. I'm going to go somewhere else. You know how it is. I'm going to go.
Every day. What
Yeah.
do you mean?
Me voy a otro jale. Otro jale.
Bro, es que tú quieres to jale, bro.
Even our
Que la puerta de
customers.
frente no está abierta. La puerta atrás está abierta. Oh, man. Like, did they check? No.
Did you push it open?
Yeah, exactly. I know. It is. These guys, any little wind blows the wrong way. No, I don't. Yeah. Gee, you know how it is, right?
Yeah,
You know,
dude.
it's just, we hear all the time, and because so to see that a group like working their butt off is just amazing, and then we just pulled together to get it done in the time frame that we wanted to. So
When was the last time you guys had to build something?
Palmview.
The Palm Beach store,
yeah, it was a few years ago.
It was
Yeah.
in 15 or
2015 we opened.
14 is when we were, yeah.
But even then, we weren't.
There was no store
We
there.
weren't
There
as
was no store
yeah,
there.
we weren't as involved as with that than the
No,
this.
and believe it or
still
not,
had us-
the
yeah.
same GC built that store.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
That's
very
why we
cool.
knew he could work with these three guys.
Yeah.
he had to do what that
That
was.
is a job in and of itself.
Oh, I told him this is your main qualification. You already know how to work for this family.
Who is the toughest one in the group?
Toughest one to what? To work with or to
To work with.
I don't know. I don't know who that would be.
toughest one to work with?
Isaac, enlighten us.
Let's take votes.
I think we can all be difficult sometimes.
I think we'd all be difficult. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
pick and choose my spots,
Yeah,
and sometimes they're big spots.
yeah.
So lots of
Basically,
times,
Jeremy said it was him.
lots of times.
Someone has to be the bad guy.
Somebody has to, right? Somebody's got to drive the thing forward.
Yeah, well, I mean, I push against the
Someone
grain.
has to
Yep.
point. Someone has to point it up and bring out the tough conversations. And
Yes.
Jeremy's definitely never scared to
Yeah.
have the tough
Bring that up.
conversations.
Yeah.
No, what really's happened is the pandemic and the ensuing fire have really put me in a position personally where I become more of a problems solver. I
Yeah.
look at everything from this is a problem, but there's actually a silver lining here that will be a solution that will separate us from the pack and make
Yeah.
us different than the competitors.
Yeah.
So every problem is actually an opportunity in disguise.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that is.
That's absolutely the way to look at it, right?
Yeah, I mean, when you look at a fire, you see like, obviously it's a disaster, and you're like, oh, this is a bad thing that happened, but it makes you think like, the answer is always maybe. Like, is it a bad thing? I don't know, maybe.
Yeah.
And because there's 100 other things that happened that were bad that actually turned out good.
Yeah.
Like, but you can't see that at that moment.
Yeah.
You have
Right.
to wait. I mean, 2 years later, we're like, hey, the fire actually was a good thing. I mean, we had this nice storm where everything that happened, but a lot of things had to go right and wrong for that to happen. So a lot of if it's good or bad, the answer is always maybe.
Yeah.
But it does go back to what that says, that
Yeah.
God's timing is perfect.
Yeah.
And things happen when they happen for a reason.
Yep.
Yeah.
You may not know at the moment what that reason is, but you'll find out eventually.
A new store.
Yeah.
A
Just
new beautiful
just
store.
be nimble,
Yep.
be flexible,
Be adaptive,
understand that
yeah.
things could change and you may have to change direction. Don't be set on where you have to go.
Yeah.
Be able to change your goals as
As
information
as
changes.
time changes, yeah.
It's
yeah.
like with politics, that people say, well, they flip-flopped. I think a good politician listens to new information and changes his position based on circumstances on the ground changing. And I
Right.
think we should be able to be in a world
That's what
like
they're
that.
supposed to do.
So, yeah.
But they're not allowed to do
that's
that
what
because they're called flip-floppers and
Yeah.
hypocrites.
Yeah, I get it. So now that we've kind of overcome this major obstacle,
Yeah.
I mean, what can we throw at you now that you can't overcome? Right? Do you guys have like this level of shit? I mean, we can
Confidence.
we can get past anything. Y'all are still here. You're still brothers. You're still somewhat okay with each other.
Look at Isaac. Isaac's like,
This isn't working out. Right?
Cut it. Cut the podcast.
Anyway, well, thanks for joining.
No, just so you know,
Same time next
it's never been better between
Yeah. Can we get some shots? Where are the shots? The shots never got here.
Yeah, they're coming right now. We'll have them bring them up.
But it does take a lot of leadership to, man, when you put a project like this together, a lot of shit has to come together, right? Because it's not just, hey, let's build a thing, and even at that, right? You've got 1,000 different personalities that you got to deal with,
Right.
and somebody's got to lead them, right? But then on the flip side of that, you also have all your employees that have to kind of like, you know,
Yeah.
I think that's what
Run with
that-
you.
That's how you learn most about like these guys. I knew these guys were.
Yeah.
I knew us three were capable
Yeah.
of doing this.
Of the adversity.
Yeah, I knew we would be able to do it, but
Strong enough.
we also learned that we have the team to do it.
Yeah.
and all of our employees they showed
We
a
do
lot.
have
Yeah.
an
and we have an
incredible team.
amazing
you,
team.
Incredible
you start running, right? And you got to be ahead of the pack because you're the leaders of this thing.
Yeah.
When you look back and you're like, you realize how many people are running with you. When did it hit? When did that hit you?
I think it started right away. The next morning after the fire, I mean the building's still burning. We had everybody still show up to work.
Yeah.
And,
Shit.
and like still show like what do we have to do? I mean the next day we did 50 deliveries out of the store while the store was still burning. Our drivers, because our trucks didn't burn, they were still off to the side, so all the loads are loaded up.
Yeah,
they're
bro.
ready to go.
That gives me goosebumps, bro.
I know, bro.
And we had all the drivers show up. Everybody show up and said like, okay, what do I have to do? What can I do? And we
Yeah.
had past employees, tons of people just like, what can I do? What can I do
Oh,
to help?
tons
How do
of
I do
past
this? And so the next day, I mean, 50 deliveries out of the. I mean, we do at the far store we do 80 to 100 deliveries a day.
Yeah.
So to do 50 deliveries when you don't have no store, nothing, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
That is.
I mean, because everything needs to keep rolling.
Yeah.
Humans are good, bro.
So
Yeah.
that's just
You
a
give them an
testament.
opportunity.
Yeah, that's just a testament to our team and their commitment. And I mean, they've had our backs, we've had their backs, and it goes vice versa many times. And man, they stepped up big. And I can tell you during the course of the project and through all the changes and everything that we've been going through, they were never like, oh no, I don't want to do it, or they were like, where do you need me? Where do I got to be? Tell me what I got to do, right? And
Right.
that's, I mean. And there was no like, oh no, I don't want to go there. I don't want to do this. It was just like, what do I got to do, right? What do I got to do to fit in, to fill in? What do you guys need? Because I know the business is hurting. We want to make it. We want to make it better. We want to build it back. And I mean, it was.
I've never seen a group of people take more ownership.
What
Yeah.
Why do you
And
think
the-
that is? Why do you think?
You
do you
know,
think it's because
leadership,
like y'all
bro.
are from here?
The grand
you know what I
opening.
mean? Like,
let me tell you, the
y'all
grand
are
opening morning.
homegrown.
The grand opening morning, we were handing out cards for
Free
giveaways to
gifts.
the first 500 customers. Of the first probably 200 people I handed a card to. I mean, there was a line. There was a line to get in. It was a hassle, but I could feel warmth and connection
Yeah, love.
from every customer, and it felt like, why? I don't feel we deserve that, but we've been anointed as like kind of a hometown team,
Right.
And
Yeah.
it's kind of like, it's not fair, but it's sure a great place to be.
It's
It
nice
feels
to be
great.
in the
It
9
feels
by
great
6.
to have that, and I don't know that we did something ourselves to deserve this. I think God's good to us. God's been, he's graced us with this benefit. Now maybe we've done some things right to get here, but I don't know of any specific thing that would get you this
Yeah.
type of.
No, you
I
do.
mean,
it's
you
a series.
show-
Of, it's a series of a lot of things. You know,
Yeah.
Dad has always taught us, and he's taught us to treat people with respect, treat them with integrity, do things the right way, and he preaches that. And he does that to our customers and our employees. We do
Yeah.
that for our employees, and you see that come back. I mean, if we didn't do things the right way and we didn't show up and we didn't support our employees like we do, they wouldn't have our backs.
And that's the most important, brother, because if you don't treat your employees with respect, they're not going to respect you. And I think that's the reason that people have loved you guys so much. I was one day y'all's employee. I was y'all's employee when I was in high school. And when I was in high school, because my dad was like, you need to learn the names of lumber. And obviously I wasn't put in the lumberyard. I was like in here running around, messing around with Isaac and shit. You know, like yeah, whatever, right? But like at the time, like you get to.
How are you guys messing around?
Let's get to the real.
What do we ask you now? But no, dude, like you treat people with love, bro. Like and people that
Isaac
don't
treated you
have
with lots of
that,
love.
they respect that. You know what I mean?
Building materials, something like that.
Y'all are horrible.
Okay, go. Yes.
But you know what I'm saying? Like it comes back to show that you guys have always treated people with love and respect, and people that don't like. Look, you're a business owner. I'm a business owner. I'm gonna tell you something. My dad's always told me, rule number 1, pay your people, and rule number 2, treat your people with respect, because people don't want to be mistreated.
Treat them the way you wish to
Yeah,
be treated.
I'll tell you something. There's nobody here in this world that could say, "Hey, Mario owes somebody money," and there's nobody here in this world that could say, "Hey, Mario's disrespected somebody." Hey, man, you don't show up to the job. Yeah, I want to cuss you out. God, why are you not working, right? But at the same time, hey, I hope everything's okay. I hope you get to work tomorrow. Doesn't matter, bro. Tomorrow's another day. And when I was here, I can honestly say what I lived was nothing but love and respect. You know, and it was cool because everybody, it was like a family. You were showing up and everybody knew each other. Everybody was working in cohesence to move things forward. And That's why I believe that you guys have so much love from the community, because people come in here and they feel that, you know, and that's coming from somebody that was actually here, you know. But I don't know, man. That's just from the outside looking in, you know. You guys are somebody that you say Isaac Smith, Ben. Not so much you people hate you, but at the same time,
You could have just skipped over him. You didn't have to.
Omission is perfectly fine.
Not you.
You're cool. You're cool.
I can find you a Papa Do's. Don't worry about it. Yeah. But you know, people love you guys, bro. Yeah. You know, people love you guys and they respect you guys. And when that happened, I still remember, dude. I was at one of my mom's houses. We were in the backyard barbecuing, and we saw it from her house in Edinburgh, and we didn't know what it was. We had no idea what it was. We're like, God, what the hell is going on over there? We had no idea what it was. And I still remember to this day that we were sitting in the backyard, and you can see it illuminating. Like, that's how big it was.
Yeah,
it was wild.
You know, I think we all remember very vividly where we were when that happened. I think Jeremy.
Same here. Like, that's crazy, right?
Yeah,
Same
everybody
here.
remembers. Like,
I was in Mexico.
Yeah, Jeremy was the first person on the scene.
It was. I was taking down fireworks.
Or Christmas lights.
Our Christmas lights, kind of hung over, standing there, and I'm looking at the Christmas
Omission,
lights.
like we said, omission
and
is
I
also
see-
okay.
I see-
It's
I
gonna be
see-
real. It's
No,
gonna be
it was.
real.
It was. It was
You gotta be
I
real.
was so hungover.
I was. So I have my earbuds on, and I don't know why I turned backwards and I see this huge plume of smoke, and I just ran. I was at my house, which is next door. I ran to my dad's house, and when I get there, I could see fire coming from behind. It was maybe 10 feet tall, but it was fairly wide, probably
Yeah.
10, 15, 20 feet wide. And the neighbor there, our neighbor's already on site. My dad's out of town, so no one's at the house. And he's got a water hose, and he's spraying like this fire with the water hose. I grab a second water hose, and as soon as I start spraying, boom, a butane tank explodes. And then the
shit.
guy grabs me and like,
Get out of the way.
ya se
Yeah.
acabó,
Ya
vámonos,
valió.
vámonos. And we're running away, and I'm like trying to get a bucket out of the pool, and like I could just see the pool, and if I could just get this water on there.
We'll see. Yeah.
But
Help
you know,
me
honestly, I
with the
could see
pool.
this small little fire and the wind, and I could see that this is not gonna go well.
Yeah.
Like, and I could see it then 5 minutes later, much bigger, and then before you know it, it's
way too
raging
big.
out of control.
Yeah.
And that's when I called you guys
Yeah,
and said,
Jeremy-
I mean, I called them like it. You don't want to know what I said. It was,
Jeremy called me, and I was at the park with my kids and my
Get
wife.
ready to bleep this. Go.
I was at the I was at the park, and Jeremy first calls me, and all I hear is running, and I'm like,
Are you,
and then he
ex-
just, and then
are
I'm
you
like,
exercising?
and then I was like, oh, like, and I was like, I think that was a butt dial. And I hung up, right? And I was like, I don't want to know. I don't want to know what he's doing. And then my wife's like, who called you? I was like, Jeremy, but I don't know what he was doing. And and then he calls back again, and he calls and he's like, it's burning. And I'm like, and I just look up, and I was in McAllen. I look up, and I just see the smoke, and I'm like, I was like, we got to go, and we took off from there. And by the time I got there, it was out of control already.
Shit, man.
There's no way.
it's even hard to think about. I mean,
Yeah,
honestly, that day was extremely
Devastating.
painful. But out of that day came everything
Yeah.
that is now possible. You know, that's it's ironic. I don't know if that would be the word for it, but it's kind of overwhelming
Yeah.
to have something so bad
Turn
turn
it-
into
yeah.
something so good.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
So, how much construction, square footage were you all able to get out of it? So I know that this building is 40,000 square feet.
No, this building is 110,000 square feet.
This building, God, you told me 40.
No, the retail is 40.
Okay.
So like
okay.
the inside area is 40.
Okay.
And then we have the event center is about 10,000, and then we have another additional east retail area. It's a total about a little over 130,000 square feet of building. Wow.
So you were able to reorganize the whole site, and now some income-producing properties are coming out of it,
Yeah.
which is cool.
Yeah. We got
STBA will be able to host a couple events there, hopefully.
Yeah.
it's gonna be a night.
Put the gallery here this year.
That event center is very, very nice. Put
Yeah.
a lot of work and we actually had plans to do the event center before the fire.
Okay.
And so we had some plans, rough plans, that we're going to start it, but obviously that canceled, and we had to redo everything and tie everything together.
Yeah.
So it worked out kind of well, actually.
Very cool. So
That
we
is
got
awesome.
how many square feet of retail?
We have 26 spots, so about 35,000 square feet of rental lease space.
Gotcha.
So 26 spots.
How's that going? You guys,
I mean, we're talking to a lot of people.
Yeah.
We kind of put it on the back burner and said, because a lot of people didn't really understand the concept we wanted to do,
Okay.
and what we wanted to look like when we were finished, and so we wanted to wait for it to be
Yeah.
done before we start getting other businesses in there.
you
And
got
so
any
we got-
realtors on it?
we do. We got a lot of interest on it also, so we have some meetings. this
Mark
week.
Modon. Shout out to
Modon.
Mark Modon.
Mark
Coldwell
Modon?
Banker.
Yeah.
Very cool.
You already know Mark. You
Yeah.
guys know Mark.
Yeah,
and
I
so-
mean, when you have a pile of rubble in your front, I'm sure you guys drove by 30 or 45 days ago and said, "There's no way they're going to have that grand opening."
Yeah.
on." That's what everybody thought because we finished so much work in the last 60 days.
We thought the same thing.
Yeah.
Well, I thought
Yeah.
the same
Well,
thing.
it's-
I was
same
like,
here.
There's no way.
I would drive by. We have a board member and that lives in Westaco, right? And every once in a while, I got to go meet with him and just see how everything's going or whatever. But every time I drove by, I would see the store in a different it was just a different part of the face has been added to it. A different elevation to it. So it was honestly really cool to see the construction of this and talking to Isaac and stuff and just hearing what he had to go through the other day. He goes, dude, I think I lost a couple years of my life just like trying to get this done.
For sure. Isaac was in zombie mode for about 2 months.
I've never seen him that stressed out.
He's
Yeah.
still getting. He's barely getting.
He looks
his color.
traumatized.
He's barely getting his color back.
bro. You
Those shots that we took.
You were in that state for Ben for a few of those days also.
I'll have whatever he's having.
Ronnie's like, where's my shot?
Yeah, no.
I want to get on his level.
That's just the way he looks now.
No, that's permanent.
Yeah, that's perfect. It's not going away.
Permanent damage, man.
Well, that's awesome.
I mean, it was stressful, man. It was. I'm telling you, like, I lost an insurmountable amount of sleep, man. It was ridiculous how much sleep I
I was
lost.
gonna say wait.
No, not wait. Sleep.
No, wait. Yeah, just sleep.
No seas mentiroso.
Oh, sleep, asshole. What the hell?
That's horrible.
I fucking love you.
Oh, jeez.
Good times.
What was what y'all had many obstacles coming to the completion of this, right? It's still not fully complete, or is it already complete?
No, there's still a few things. There's still some things that need to be done. They're working on the entrance over here. We still have some other construction to go on over here,
Some
and then
parking.
all the build outs for all the lease spaces and still a little more electrical and stuff.
We
But
still have the event centers, all the
Landscape.
outdoor area, which has a pond and a creek with a water wheel, that a water feature. Most of that's not done. There's no landscaping in the back, so there's still
Yeah.
quite a few little.
Some aesthetics mainly, but I mean, for the store, I think we're 95% done, and that's why we could get in, and we have all the safety precautions taken care of, and we have a lot of product, and we had it sitting for a while, and we're like, we got to get people in the door, we got to turn this stuff
Start
because
selling this
start selling it because, the bills come due, and it's not pretty if you can't pay them, so we got to pay them.
The suppliers, did the suppliers help out at all?
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
Extended terms and
That's
things like
awesome.
that.
Good.
So they did, but still you got to get open for business, and you got to let people know you're here so you can start establishing a positive track record so they know that they can come, they can figure out the format, get comfortable with it, and I think now that we're we're in it and people have come by, they feel comfortable. I think it's just a matter of time before customers coming back. And once this spot right here in front of the
Yeah.
store, once this gets completed, I think it's going to be a game changer because we'll have an off ramp and we'll be able to get on and get off. And it's going to be a lot. You guys got here and you know how difficult it was. It's
But with those U-turns and off ramps and on ramps coming,
Yeah.
it's going to make whether you're westbound or eastbound
Easy.
easy to get in without a stop. You don't even have to go to a red light.
Yeah.
Just get off, get on.
Yeah.
If you're coming from McKellen, get off, go down to the U-turn, make a U-turn, you're right back on the
Yeah.
expressway. So
I had to go to, what's the street over here, Raul Longoria?
Yeah, you went all the way to Alamo?
I had to go to Raul Longoria. I had to come around this backside.
Come to the back?
Yeah, because
Oh, yeah.
281 was like
Yeah.
fucking crazy.
Yeah.
even
I would've
even
ne- I would've-
Polk, though, the road you were on,
I
it was
call it-
closed because of our construction project until yesterday.
I called Ronnie while I was driving. I was like, hey, make sure you stay on cage. I was like, dude, because I was stuck in traffic, but it's like y'all say, once it's done, game changer.
Yeah,
maybe
it was
another
just
few months of stigma based on the fact that it's been like this for
Yeah.
several years.
It's going to take a little while for
But
them to.
the good news is our ticket count is already up from where we started, so we can see that there's absolute
Progress.
light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
we
It's just
understand.
a matter of time.
Yeah, we understand that shoppers in the last 2 years obviously have to go somewhere to. So everybody has these shopping habits that they're going to go. They're going to pick another store to go that's closest to them or they like going, and so we understand that they're going to have to come back, check us out, and be like, okay, now
Yeah.
they have to make that switch. do I want to come back?
And if
here
you
again?
only want to give us one more look, wait until the freeway's done.
Yeah, there you go.
Or you can, I mean, if you come now, you're gonna see the store is awesome. The
It
store
is.
really,
It's a
really
beautiful store, and we highly encourage any person that's listening to the podcast, any whether you're a builder, non-builder, handyman, anything that you want to build at home. I actually had a buddy that was like, "Hey, I'm gonna build a deck," and I was like, "Who you have building your deck?" He's like, "I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna do it by myself. I bought some power tools and I'm gonna figure it out." I was like, "Dude, go to my boy's Matt's place. Like, hey, they'll hook you up." I don't know if he did come or not, right? But he shouldn't be building his deck. That's all I got. If you're listening, bro, you shouldn't be building your deck, but you're gonna hurt yourself. But you know, build a deck.
We'll help you hurt yourself less.
Yeah, there we go. I like that slogan. we'll help you hurt yourself less.
We
We
get-
gotta write
we-
that
you-
down. That's a good no.
Hey, that's a good one.
Can we please not make Jeremy in charge of marketing?
Yeah. Help you hurt yourself less.
I'm coming up with catchy things, not necessarily.
This is gold, guys. You don't need to write this shit down.
Yeah.
You hurt yourself less.
You can do it. We can help you hurt
We'll
yourself
give you
less.
some guidance.
Help you hurt yourself less. I like that, dude. That's a good
Write
one.
that shit down, man.
I'm gonna
Seriously.
put it-
Yeah.
Put it on a shirt.
I'm gonna put it on one of Jeremy's
I'll make
quote,
sure to
famous quotes.
I'll make sure
Always
to
saving my quotes.
I
always saving my quote.
have a list of quotes. Yes, I do. I don't want to share them here because they're crazy, but yeah.
You can't give out that kind of free information.
Nah, bro. You gotta make sure you pen them before you do that.
You just did. It's already out there.
Oh, there's a whole bunch of them.
like, comment, and share.
I'm gonna write that down.
Please.
For people that don't know,
Don't go to Home Depot or Lowe's.
Please.
Period. I mean,
like
seriously. Because they don't come to STBA, bro. Nobody's reached out to us. Like,
nah,
those
but
guys.
I mean, they're super like corporate companies and stuff, and that's what makes you guys special is that you guys are homegrown.
care
No,
about
and we-
and
and we-
care about our community. Because I saw you on the commercial the other day, and you were talking not a commercial. It was a interview, I think. And you know, you bring up a really good point, man. How many families have you guys helped who've lost their homes in a fire?
Yeah.
Who've had disasters, right? You helped us with one of
The veterans' home?
The veterans' home.
Yeah.
You helped rebuild us, and you were. I mean, the donation from Matt's part was huge. I mean, it changed somebody's life. So, man, you know, you guys deserve all the good help that you guys are getting, man.
Yeah, and it's about family. And we're not going to bash the boxes too much. I mean,
We'll do it for you,
they
bro.
have their niche, and I mean, they're part of competition. It makes us better. It makes us stronger, and the competition is good. But I think we do Black Up Family, and we do support a lot of schools, organizations, churches, you name it. We do it, and I think that gives us the advantage, right? Because we're part of the community, we're homegrown. And I think that's what makes a big difference, you know. When we were born and raised here,
Yeah,
and
literally, we're born
right
there.
behind
I
there.
mean, that's what we live right behind the store. So when when we say the store burned, I mean our backyard is what burned. I mean we were.
Should we worry?
Yeah, I was like, should we worry, Isaac?
It's the fire alarm. It's the fire alarm.
I got it under control.
We got a good sprinkler system now.
Yeah.
No, we're set.
And it's a metal building, right? Does that help? That's a little better, right?
It's definitely better.
Better than the old one we had.
Yeah,
Overall, the infrastructure, the height of our building, giving us the drainage. We
Yeah.
had huge flooding problems before. All of that is being addressed.
You're able to fix that.
Yeah,
There's underground retention now.
Yeah, when it would-
None of
Oh
that
shit! I don't
When
even know
they
what that is.
when it would rain before, the water would actually come inside the store.
inside the store. The
Yeah.
only way you could get to the front was to run like a river through the store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have pictures of the store in the office actually, just as a reminder to as a reminder of where we were, where we come from, and where we're going. And there was mass. I mean, you're talking about 4, 5, 6 inches of water in our flooring
in
department.
their paint department.
And it was like the norm. Okay, it's water time. Get the pumps out.
bring out- bring out the pallets.
Water party.
I'm serious,
You
bro.
remember
I'm serious.
Hogdash you remember Hogdash?
Yeah.
We had their package pickup here, and the day they picked up the packages, no kidding, it flooded the night before, and you had to walk through 6 or 7 inches of water, like 50 yards wide,
through the store.
to get to the package pickup. I was like, "This is perfect. Did you do this on purpose?"
Wow.
Is this
We're
part of the
preparing you for
obstacle
tomorrow's
course?
event.
That's part of the
If
obstacle
you
course.
can't get through this, you're not gonna get through that.
Yeah.
Don't even try.
Electricity
So don't whine.
on and water on the floor, and you have
We just put pallets, just stack up pallets.
It's like the movies, right? There's a cord like about to hit the water. You're fine. You're gonna be great.
Oh yeah, it's safe. It's mod.
Don't worry
It's
about it.
right there. You're almost there.
You almost got it. Yeah. But we wanted to make sure that we focused on like, hey, you know what? This is where we were. This is not where we're at right now, and it keeps us humble. It keeps us humble, and hopefully it keeps us hungry to say, you know what? We got to just make sure we we keep on growing, we keep on improving, we keep on building relationships, positive relationships with people around us. So
Yeah. What's next? What is the valley looking like here in the next 10 years?
Well, the growth is substantial. We personally are venturing into a Harlingen location. It's already off the ground.
Harlingen's moving, right?
It is.
I hear a lot more stuff about Harlingen.
More than
And Cameron.
Harlingen itself, yeah. Cameron County, I think in general, and our overall capacity in Cameron County is just not where it needs to be. So, with only one store in San Benito, only 3 acres, it's just not the space we could use to capitalize better on Cameron County itself.
Have you seen growth in sales
Oh
for
yeah,
Cameron?
San Benito itself continues to grow, but our bigger accounts, many of them are moving more and more of their business into the Cameron County region. They're opening subdivisions more so than they were before. So I think the potential lies in the fact that some of your bigger ventures, whether it's the SpaceX itself, the tourist destination that the island is, and the space available really between Harlingen and South Padre Island from a land standpoint,
Yeah.
and a valuable land closer to water.
Yeah.
I think the development rate could be higher for Cameron County into the next, into 2025 to 30. I think the upper valley has a lot of potential too, but we have much more capacity as
Yeah.
lots on this side of the valley.
Right.
When you go to that side of the valley, we have one little store that's 37 miles away from this store. We have to truck everything to that store. The Harlingen store will have a rail spur at it. Will allow us to
Oh, nice.
deliver directly from the rail. We'll use that as a delivery hub for the entire Cameron
When is
County.
that?
That's
When is
cool.
that coming online?
We're hoping October, November, December. We don't have an exact date, but it was initially scheduled into January, but it looks like we could be done a little bit early.
So
Yeah,
it's already in construction. Everything's moving.
It has
already.
over 500 yards of concrete already poured in the back. We've done most of the exterior without doing the front building. That's going to be up, and it'll probably be up within 2
So like
months.
the lumber yard. The lumber yard will be
The
gone.
lumberyard portion, there's still a lot of work to be done. The rail spur hasn't been started. It's likely the rail spur will come after the original.
A rail spur, you're talking about like the railway, like you guys are.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be able to unload cars directly there, store material there.
It's
and deliver.
essential, isn't it?
That's
It's
what-
like-
that's
Well,
how
it
we
costs,
receive
it
most of
costs
the lumber.
$500 a truck to move them from a rail to your yard. Every car is 4 trucks, so it's like $2,000 you're spending to offload that and bring it to
In
your
the same
yard.
town.
Yeah, and if you could deliver directly off of that car, you could cut out that middle cost, which would
that's
allow us
awesome.
to offer more competitive
how many
pricing.
cars do we do?
About 250 to 300 a year, but we do a lot of trucks also. This will allow us to add some car volume.
Yeah.
We use trucks because they're easier to get to the other 2 stores. Well, we wouldn't need. I plan on increasing our space in San Benito by delivering out of
From Harlingen to San
for
Benito.
San Benito.
Yeah.
San Benito's deliveries will just go out of Harlingen.
Is San Benito store the same store that's on that history thing?
It is
Yeah.
the original one. Now that 69 store was in Harlingen, but it was in downtown San Benito.
Can we read that to the public? Is that cool?
Sure.
Okay, so for the people that don't know, and I didn't know this, I think this is really cool. They have a history here, a history wall of Matt's Cash and Carry.
Timeline.
And they have a timeline that goes from 1969 all the way to 2024. And in 1969, I'm going to read this to you guys. On September 20th, 1967, Hurricane Beulah swept through the Rio Grande Valley, leaving damage and flooding in its wake. Sensing an opportunity, Louisiana entrepreneur Cecile McDonald moved to Cameron County and established a small lumberyard, Valley Cash and Carry in San Benito, opened for business in 1969. With the second location in Far opening in 1971, selling only lumber and a few other building materials, Valley Cash and Carry was one of the few lumberyards of the era that catered to the general public. Woo! That's powerful, bro.
Nobody would sell to the general public then.
Back then?
If you wanted
You had to be
to
a
build
builder.
anything, you had to go to a local builder and
Yeah.
have them do it for you. You couldn't even go out and buy sticks of lumber and
Yeah.
do your own shed in the back. Wow. My grandfather decided, or Cecil and my grandfather decided to change that. They
Yeah.
decided there's a market here. Everyone thought they were crazy because they said those customers don't have any money.
Yeah.
All the money's with the builders.
Yeah.
And those guys are all gone.
Yeah.
So the customers are the ones that are now doing all the building.
But the valley has a DIY spirit, right?
Oh,
A
absolutely.
huge DIY spirit.
Oh, definitely.
And
So
I think
yeah.
they were keeping them, the entrepreneurs. We weren't in the market at the time, so obviously we weren't even born. So
Yeah.
I'm assuming there was like we have the material and you can't get it unless you have us do the job for you kind
Yeah.
of mentality.
Yeah.
Like you're not worthy of this.
Yeah.
And this changed, I think, us being the hometown team because we were the first ones to introduce that.
Give them an
option.
opportunity to build their own
Exactly,
stuff.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's awesome.
This timeline is beautiful. If anybody can come in and just take a time to go through this new store and read the history of people that have been in your area for a while. I mean, history is everything. I think it's important. And just I'm kind of glimpsing at it and reading through it myself. And from 1969 to 1989 was a great difference. And then from 89 to 2009, 2019, it's crazy. I don't know, man. Like the history itself speaks for itself. You know, it lets you know why people love you guys so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's a cool thing to be a part of when you look back. I mean, we're just kind of born into it, and so it's cool to be part of this and add to it.
Yeah.
It really is. I'm kind of like you were talking about earlier. Have you taken all this in? Definitely not.
Yeah,
I mean, for
I
me
feel like,
personally, it's still for the last several weeks. I just walk around and kind of am admiring
Yeah.
what we own.
Yeah.
Like it's not who did what. It's just like wow, that's this is so
Yeah,
cool. It's so
yeah.
cool. A lot of the things in here are, and our lives personally have been kind of turned upside down for the last 2.5 years. It's not been the same routines, different offices, working in a group setting. Now we have an office. One of the things I realized, Isaac's had an office before. I've always worked kind of out of a group, and I don't have a lot of personal like things. So my wife and I were sitting down, and she's like, I don't have anything for my office. Like, I don't know what I'm going to put up. And she's like, don't take this personal, but you just don't value like objects and things. Like you don't have things you could. I'm like, are they saying I'm shallow? I don't know. I don't know what she was saying exactly, but so I said,
She was definitely saying something.
Put up a family pic, bro.
that's what I'm going to do.
That's all you gotta do.
No, I'm going to do that.
can
of
answer
course.
that
But
one for
his
you.
office is so big now that he has a bunch of stuff. He needs to put.
Well, I said I want to.
I'll tell you
I want a
this.
fish on the wall, but I'm not going to get one that
Isaac
has
thought about his
Yeah,
office,
just
bro.
for a fish.
True.
Isaac put thought into his office.
Well,
bro.
I missed like if you're
trout.
thinking about like
Whenever I
this,
catch a cabo, that's what's going to go up on the wall.
if you're thinking about stuff that we missed from the old store, Isaac had a really cool office in the old store. He had it filled with a smoke machine and all these lasers and shit. And so like
I can see that.
yeah, and so
DJ, a turning
so
table.
this new office has a disco ball in it. So like, he's getting
I
back
saw
to
it.
He's getting back to
I
it.
saw it, bro.
So-
I'll get back to it.
Yeah, me and Jeremy's office is a little more plain. Isaac has already a million things in his office. that
I
he's-
had my collection ready to go.
Hey,
Yeah.
I moved in, bro. I don't know
The
about you.
first day, his shelves are full. I'm like,
Yeah, my walls are shaking already because the music is like. I'm like, in the old office, that's how it was too. He had like a subwoofer and like 18 speakers in his office. I'm like, dude, your office is like a 12 by 12. You don't know 18 speakers for.
At work is where I do life. Is where we do life. So I mean, this is what I do, man.
Don't
Yeah.
judge me, bro.
Yeah, just because Isaac's
Déjame
music
ser.
is just because you can hear Isaac's music probably from here. I'm sure you can hear his music in his office because he'll leave it on when he's not even there.
I walked in and this guy is like, he's decked out, right? And it caught my eye. I was like, is that a Daft Punk mask? And I was like, why do you have that mask? I was like, what do you know about Daft Punk? And he's real serious. He's like, what do you know about Daft Punk? I was like, okay.
What you know about Daft Punk?
I was like, what? Punk ass.
What do you know that for punk?
So what kind of music you into, obviously?
All kinds of music, man. Mostly EDM.
You
but
like
yeah.
EDM, right?
Oh, yeah, EDM.
I have the app on my phone, and it reminds me every time. And I'm like, dude, every time it reminds me, it's Peach Isaac. He fucking made me put this app on.
What app? What are you talking about?
It was an EDM app when we were, where were we?
We were in the mountains.
We were in the mountains.
We were in the mountains.
EDM Train.
Oh, EDM train.
Yeah.
Yes,
Dude,
yes.
you gotta download EDM Train, man. It's gonna tell you where all the DJs are.
Yeah. I get this. I get the scoop, man. So yeah, that's
You,
I like
you
that
and me
kind of
both,
music,
baby.
yeah.
You and me both.
That's awesome.
When's the next rave we're going to?
Man, I don't know. I want to do a couple
Right now.
Yeah, I want to do a couple for
Go
sure.
back to Isaac's office.
Yeah.
We originally wanted
It's
to
going on right now.
We wanted to make Isaac's office into like a little DJ booth. I wanted to make his office, like his desk, like the turntables there, and then I put like glass on top of it. And so like
That-
at 5 o'clock he could just start DJing and just go live every day.
Your face. Your face. Sorry.
Because it's possible.
You know it's probably gonna happen.
If we can think it, we can build it. That's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Build it and they will come.
We'll make you hurt a little less. Or what was it? Damn it. We'll help you
It was so catchy.
We'll help you hurt yourself less.
That's
I like that.
he's gonna make it into a
I
shirt.
am gonna do that.
Till I can get my
Isaac's like, oh, I made that song.
Is that my outfit?
That's Vinny Benassi.
That song reminds me of COVID. You know, I don't know if you guys ever saw the. It does. You guys ever saw that meme? That there was a guy on there, like, he had this whole hazmat suit and like toilet paper and stuff, and he was like, yeah, he was doing the satisfaction thing.
That's wild.
Good times.
Nah, man. What else is next, man? I mean, this is the second podcast we had you guys on. The first podcast was surreal. It was a real serious podcast. You all embrace your father. You know, you all, and you all couldn't speak anything other than high praise about your father, and that's something that I really admired, because to me, my hero is my dad, and I love my dad, I love my mom, they're my heroes, and that's honestly the reason that I carry myself the way I do, because if I let myself down, I know that I'm going to be letting them down. If I let them down, letting everybody down, and y'all's first podcast, I still remember we were fresh on this.
Yes.
We were fresh on this, and it was
Nervous.
yeah, man, we didn't know how it was going to go, and it was surreal, like to hear y'all's story, talk about the things that we talked about. But one of the things I took from all that was the love that y'all had for your father. How's your old man doing? How's he doing with this?
Dad has been chill. I mean, even for everything, he's very like rock solid, just like not phased, doesn't really get over emotional about anything. But in the story, a lot of people know, hey, who's Danny, or like they want to know who Danny Smith is, or they know like, oh, they've heard about him, whatever. So actually on the way out, we had a mural painted up for him, and it was actually life size because my dad's about 6'5", and right when you walk out, and it's which is really cool. So you see him in life size, you have a life size image of Dad, but there's a couple cool things about the picture, and I'll share it. But you got to check it out for yourself because it's a really done picture. Shout out to Hector Nunez, who's one of my buddies that does painting artwork, and he did this picture, really cool picture, right outside the hallway. But it's Dad, and he's wearing an Owens Corning vest that he got in 1981, and he still wears that vest today.
Really?
Yeah, he
Every
still
time
wears.
it's cold.
Every time it's cold,
I need to see it.
Yeah.
Really, can you snap a photo and put it on Facebook?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's cool about the vest is he's a no frills kind of guy, real humble guy, and still has the same vest. Doesn't like to change things out, It's a good vest. He got it. I mean, it's older than me. You know what I mean? And there's also one other cool thing. There's also a Texas patch on the bottom of his jeans, and the cool thing about that is that. He would wear the same Levi's to work every single day, and my dad doesn't like to buy new stuff. He doesn't like to get new things. He's just not that type of guy. You know what I mean? I don't care. He doesn't care about nothing. There's nothing that he cares about. Watches, jewelry, nothing. He doesn't care about none of that stuff. But he showed up to work with some ripped jeans, and then it upsets my mom. My mom was like, "Danny, you're a business owner and you're going to work in ripped jeans. Like, doesn't look right. We're business owners. We got And my dad's like, I don't care. Like, it doesn't, like, whatever. Like, I don't care. So we kept on using them. My mom finally goes like, okay, you're going to use them? I'm going to, like, so she actually sewed a Texas patch on the jean.
That's awesome.
And it looks,
Bro,
it
is it
looks,
out there right now?
Yes, it's out there right now. But it looks stupid but my dad would wear it.
He's like, I gotta go see this.
My dad would wear it. So, yeah. Anyway, it just embodies kind of like him and how he's so humble. You know what I mean? He's no frills on what he wears, and he's just like a really humble guy. It's something that we all, especially us as sons, we aspire to be like him. And a lot of the components, a lot of stuff that we did here in the store were reminiscent of what he's taught us and the lessons he's taught us over the years, and being humble. You know what I
I
mean?
would say he's one of the least materialistic people I've ever seen.
I would say it would be flamboyant, maybe. Yeah.
He he enjoys luxuries, but he certainly doesn't require them.
No,
Right.
definitely not. No, definitely not.
No,
He wouldn't
he's-
mind having a good meal, but he can do with a sandwich.
And
He-
spam.
I remember him eating onion sandwiches,
He'd eat raw onion
with just
sandwiches.
mayonnaise. Just mayonnaise, onions, and bread, and be like, "This is good." I'm like, "Okay."
How can that be good?
Hey, man.
Yeah.
That's cool, bro.
But
He'll,
yeah,
he'll walk around the
he's-
store. He'll walk around the store barefooted.
Oh, and you don't want to see his.
That's
You
awesome,
don't want to
bro.
see
He
his.
has, he has ogre feet.
And then he puts him like
Oh yeah.
No.
We showed up at a
Step into
meeting.
my office.
We showed up at a meeting once. It was our first introduction to a buying group, and I mean, we're walking in, and we had been at a casino the night before. We were like in bad shape. My dad, of all, lack of better words, we're in bad shape. Again, my dad walks in, and he's wearing chanclas with his, I mean, terrible nails sticking out. I'm like, why would you do this? They're gonna. He's like, I don't care what they think. I said, well, they're going to give us $1 million of credit. They're going to care what they think. You know?
They did it.
They did it. They gave us the credit, so it was okay.
You see it worked.
Yeah.
It worked.
They
liked
liked
him.
They liked him, but yeah.
That's beautiful.
But yeah, it just those little details just it's memorable for us, but it also brings us back down to being humble, stay humble, right?
Yeah.
Stay
Stay humble.
because we can really get immersed in all the business and all the luxury of life. But man, Dad always taught us you got to stay humble. We got to stay humble and just do things the right way. Treat
You
people the
only,
right.
you
treat
only need so much, and the rest is to pass on.
Yeah.
Pass the blessings on. You don't need that much. You need to pass it on to someone else.
Can't take it with you anyway.
You
Yeah.
can't take it with you.
That's beautiful. I admire that from you all. I admire that from your pop.
Yeah, and a good part of that passing it on is the reason we had that mini mots location that we did. It was 1,200 square feet. Well, a family came to us and said, "Hey, we had our house burned down, and we have a fire recovery program, so we always donate like half of the material." And like a light bulb went off and said, "Hey, well, do you need a place?" And they were like, "I have this store that we need to give it to." And they were like, "Oh my gosh, yeah, that we would love it," because they were in a camper before. And we ended up donating the mini mots location, everything that was in there, and the ACs and everything, and we had it moved to their site, and now a family of actually 10 are actually in there in that little 1,200 square feet, and we're gonna help them finish it out. But that was just one thing. It came from a disaster. Now it was a blessing for us. Now it can be a blessing to them.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that and I actually had a couple actually had a builder that was that told me, "Hey man, when you're done with that, let me have it for the ranch." And we're like, "Yeah." He's like, "I'll give you 60,000 for it." I'm like, "Yeah, that's I don't know, 60,000 and whatever. I mean, that sounds cool, whatever." I mean, I didn't really have plans for it, but when that family came, they were like, I was like, "Nah, we need to give it to them. Man.
Yeah.
we
Had
don't
a better
we don't
use.
need the money.
Yeah.
We don't need the
Served a
money.
better
and
purpose.
Yeah, it's gonna serve a better purpose, and the family's gonna get a home. And I know for a fact that Dad would do something like that. And
Yeah.
he does that all the time, and I'm like, no, I don't feel right. Like, yeah, 60,000 is nice.
Yeah.
I mean, trust me, it's a lot of money. We know. But we don't need it, and the fact that we can bless somebody else and let them have a home, that means
Yeah.
more than the money for sure.
Those are easy
beautiful.
decisions
Those
for
are
your
easy,
dad.
man.
Well,
Yeah,
those are the types of decisions I think, personally looking as someone who doesn't feel we deserve
Yeah.
all of this and doesn't understand why we have all of this. It's those things
Yes,
that
sir.
tell me that things that Dad did like
Th-
that
those right there.
are the legacy that we're being graced for.
And you're
Yeah.
being blessed by
We're
them.
being blessed for those
No.
things, not because of necessarily things we did. I try to emulate the same things.
Yeah.
If I see him do things like that, I'm like, I ain't gonna. If it ain't broken, I ain't gonna fix it. I'm gonna work with a system that's been working.
Right.
and I can tell you,
We're not greedy.
I can
Yeah.
My dad is never,
Yeah.
ever greedy.
And I can tell you another when we had the grand opening, I had a lady come in, and she was, we were greeting everybody, and you were right there with me.
She was already in tears when she came
Oh.
out.
She started crying, like I'm serious, crying. She was like, "It's so beautiful, it's so beautiful." She's talking to me in Spanish. I'm like, "¿Por qué estás llorando?" And she was like, "Es que," and she starts explaining to me like, it's because, like, I was heartbroken when the store burned, and I'm really happy that it's back, and you guys helped me before the store burned down, when my home burned down, and I have a home because of you guys. And it was like, dude, it gets you right there and right here, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm already tearing up because
Yeah,
I'm like,
no,
oh my
same here.
gosh. And she showed me she showed me her house, and she's like, I'm like, dang, this is why we do what we do. You know, it's not because of anything else. It's because to make an impact on people's lives. And,
Impact on the community.
yeah.
Without a doubt.
That was a
man.
special morning the other
Yeah,
night.
I can imagine.
for us. Just
I'm over here
feeling.
tearing up.
I was humbled by the customers and their how they took ownership, but they were so respectful of the weight and everything else. Just you could just tell they really feel like almost like we gave them their store back.
Yeah.
That
That's
this
awesome.
It was
belongs to the community.
It was humbling. We felt a lot of love and a lot of support, and it was just like man, I couldn't even Man, we had people that were here for 6 o'clock lined up for stuff, and I was like, man,
Like
I
people
can't.
asking me for an autograph. I'm like, I mean, what? I mean,
No,
like,
it-
was that worthy? of
Yeah,
that?
no,
I
not
mean,
worthy of none of that.
that's-
Like,
Yeah.
like we just felt like not deserving. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
We're blessed beyond what we deserve. That's 100% a
Yeah.
fact. You know, and to pass it on and just to let Dad's legacy and the family's legacy and or like go like come through fruition. Like that means everything, man. It just means everything that we get to do what we do, and it's we're blessed and it's a blessing to be
and
here.
we're in this special spot. Let's face it, we're in this special spot
Yeah.
because of a tragedy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be here if it wasn't for
Oh, yeah.
the tragic fire that happened.
Yep.
Right.
And at the time, you would have never have expected this. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
So,
So
but it's been positive all around. We like to keep it positive. We
Yeah.
started positive.
Hell
We're,
yeah.
we're gonna end it positive.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Always, baby. Always.
Yeah.
We love you guys, man. We
Yeah.
love you being part of our organization. We appreciate your support. We always know we can count on Matt's. Like, we just know, right? And that means a lot to us because obviously we're trying to start an organization for the right things and the right reasons. And so y'all's help, man, just has really helped us grow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are always there, man. And you guys are good men. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure your dad is beyond proud of you all. And I take y'all's principles and values because I'm pretty, like, I don't know, my dad is everything to me, and he's not easy. You know, he's hardcore. Sometimes you're like, man, am I even doing the right thing for this guy? You know, but I know he's worked his butt off for what he has, and my goal now in life is to make sure that what he's worked his butt off is not going to go to waste because he's leaving a lot. And as a son, I always want to make him proud. And whenever I hear, you know, I talk to Isaac on the daily. You know, he's one of my boys, and whenever I hear the way he talks about his dad, it's like we can relate to that. You know, and I admire you guys for the sons that you guys are because I know it's not easy to have a dad as a business owner, especially a dad that is hardcore, and nothing that you do is ever really right.
I do the job that he did. So
Oh, he's on you,
he gave me-
especially.
he doesn't. He's let up. He's let up because he's forgotten what he used to do. But he was really.
He hasn't
bad.
forgotten. He hasn't forgotten.
No, but he doesn't. He doesn't care about the details of what I do anymore. But when I first started buying,
He's on you.
oh, he would question this purchase, that purchase, constantly questioning things, and constantly question why did you make that investment. And now it's just like you're spending too much, but not so much anything specific.
He just
Like,
knows
yeah,
his-
Dad, I got a plan for that. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
It'll be fine next month. I got a plan for next
got
month.
a
For May. May's the month. May's the month.
You know, one thing that I haven't stopped noticing is that since we've been sitting here, there's been an influx of people walking in, man.
Yeah. No, that's good.
Yeah, it is good, man.
And
Is there-
normally late in the day, you wouldn't, it's
yeah, what
dwindling.
time is it? It's 5, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Is it 5 already?
Yeah.
Damn, today went by quick.
It went by real quick.
You know, once again, we just want to apologize for starting so late. Like I said, time's moving so fast, and there's so many things moving. But is there anything else you guys would like to say to the public? You know, I mean, we are live on Facebook. You know,
So we're giving away something or what? I got.
what do you want to give away,
I have,
bro?
I have a. Yeah, we were spinning the wheel.
He's gonna give away a DJ turntable set.
He will DJ your birthday party.
He's gonna get his Daft Punk helmet.
No, dude, don't
we're
give
not
that
doing
away.
We're giving
bro.
away that. We're giving it away.
Don't give it.
No, we're
I
not,
will
we're
buy
not doing
it.
that. Damn it. No, we have some
Push me and then just
we have some Bluetooth speakers actually.
Oh, nice.
We
Okay.
can give away a waterproof Bluetooth speaker that we had. We had a couple from the
Four
party.
of them, right? That we're gonna give away. I don't know
Yeah,
why.
we can give. We want to give one of those away. They're real
Oh,
good.
that's
They're-
cool, man. That's cool. Look at Ulises. Ulises always coming up with some cool stuff to do.
He did a spin wheel like we have a spin wheel.
He's a big component to the podcast and the marketing with
The biggest,
SUV.
actually.
The biggest component. So we got some people there that have liked, commented, and shared. That's what it takes to get on the wheel. Every week we have something different, and this week I actually contacted Isaac. I was like, "Hey man, what do you want to do? Should I get something? You want to get something?" He's like, "Nah, man, I'll find something to give." So it's gonna be a Bluetooth speaker, waterproof.
Yeah, waterproof Bluetooth speaker. Yeah, it's a good speaker. Listen to it. I kind of wanted it for myself, but we'll give it away.
We'll go ahead and give it away. I
No,
don't know how
we'll-
it worked, and then
we'll
we'll buy
give
it
it
for
away.
ourselves.
Yeah, if they don't like
But
it,
I
we'll
did
give-
like, comment, and share, so I hope I win.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see his name.
I'm just trying to be
Yeah,
fair.
you see my name.
Isaac's name is on there.
You got me.
I won.
You got-
How did this happen?
Okay, who's gonna spin the wheel, guys?
Go for it.
How do you
Do
spin
it.
the wheel? You just gotta press the middle. Go for it. All right. There we go.
It's going.
Oh, it's spinning. Can the camera see that? Yeah. Wow. Is it Joey?
Isaac Smith.
Joey Andrade. Man, you know what? That's the second time Joey wins something. Congratulations, Joey. Yeah.
That's awesome. Thanks for listening, bro.
Joey.
Joey,
Yeah.
come by. We'll get you that speaker, man.
Come by
Congrats.
Matt's, and he's actually a supervisor for Espino Construction. So come out here and
Oh, good. We deal with this guy.
yeah. So come
Good.
out here and pick this up, man. Thank you guys.
Sweet.
Appreciate y'all.
Thank you all.
Appreciate you.
Hey, man, thank you for having us. And if you're out there, anybody for the STBA, come check us out. Come
Yes.
just come visit it. Even if you're not our customers, it's not a big deal. We just want you to come check it out and just feel the love and support. And we just appreciate being here, right, guys?
Come say hi, man.
Yeah.
Just come say hi.
Come check out this beautiful
Come take
store.
a pic with Mr. Smith.
Yeah. Well, Mr. Smith in the front.
Yeah.
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 Or the real one in the office. Yeah, if he's here.
Hey, we need to take the pic out there.
Yeah, that would be cool
Yeah.
for the thumbnail.
It's a cool pic, right?
Yeah, it's a really cool pic,
It's a
bro.
good one.
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll do that. Now, once again, thank you to everybody that tuned in. Catch us next Wednesday once again on the podcast. Thank you guys for
you,
coming
guys.
on the podcast. Love y'all's store. Congratulations on the opening, man.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Blessings.
it.
Thank you.
That was fucking hilarious.